Show me the money. I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money. Show me the money.
All right, so we're back with another episode of Out of State. You're here with Big Raj. It is a Tuesday. I'm still not really fully recovered from the weekend. The Panthers hurt me deeply. It was really, really a difficult thing to watch. I hyped it up a little bit before Thanksgiving. Thank God we didn't record again, so I wouldn't have hyped that game up anymore.
No.
Man, that was a bloodbath. I was honestly somewhat inebriated by the third quarter, luckily, so I wouldn't have to really focus on what I was watching. But it was a crazy weekend again in the NFL, and the best teams kind of separated themselves. It started off in Thanksgiving with the Bills' big win over the Saints, and we saw it kind of trickle down. Bucks had that big win against the Colts, even though the Colts led early. But big weekend of football. How do you feel? And your G-men beating the Eagles. It's kind of surprising. Nobody saw that shit coming.
Defense. I mean, yeah, it's the day that they retired Michael Strahan's jersey, and defense stepping up. It was a big day for us. And now we got to take that same energy over to Miami. I'm excited for that.
Should be good. Miami was there was a lot of Carolina fans, believe it or not, in that stadium rooting for
Really?
Cam, celebrating. When the Panthers scored, I high-fived a couple of people because I went to go grab another beer. I was on a high. It was 7-7. And then the interception started and the defense forgot how to play. And
they just didn't end from
yeah, and that's all I want to say. You know, Cam got benched. PJ
Scam?
Walker,
Scam got benched?
I will slap you. I will slide you and slap you.
Too soon. I get it.
We still, even with our pathetic loss, we still have more wins than the Giants this year.
Hey,
But yeah, Cam was bad, man. Missing throws left and right. But the offensive line didn't do him any favors. The receivers, I'm not really going to put much on them. McCaffrey, he's been way too fragile. Second year in a row that he's injured. He's done for the year. PJ Walker was sacked 4 times in the one quarter that he was in. So clearly it wasn't our best performance as a team.
I want to show you something that I only shared with our buddy Eric Felipe. I didn't share with you because I thought it was too soon, and I still think it's too soon.
It's still too soon. I don't want to. Whatever you're going to show, I don't want to see it, and I will probably delete from this.
Cam Newton.
Yeah, really, really creative. We just took, it has an A in it. So they said instead of I'm back, I'm trash. That's
I'm trash. I'm trash.
It's hysterical.
I'm sorry. Listen. I avoided talking to you.
I'm glad that after all of this, at least the Giants are still 4-7. And
what are you? 5-6?
5-7.
5-7. Okay.
One more win after all this talk. Your trashy team, your trashy city. You're all cold over there now. And there's no warmth.
Dude, be careful. We have Miami.
Pit that is Jersey City.
We're going too long on this. I had some mercy for you. I avoided talking to you all of Saturday because I knew that you were reeling in sadness.
So Saturday I was happy. Saturday I was in a great
Sunday. Yeah,
Michigan
Saturday you were doing really
Ohio
well.
State. That's what I'm going to turn to. Michigan beat Ohio State.
Purdue covered a big spread.
Yeah, dude. Who cares? The Big Ten they're not playing a Big Ten championship game. Who cares about Purdue? What, they won 7 games this year? Michigan's playing with a chance to play in the college football playoff. First time since its inception. Yeah, dude, you want to come at Cam Newton? I'm coming at trash-ass Purdue that hasn't been good since fucking Kyle Orton. I don't care if your fiance is from Purdue. Where'd you go? St. Peter's College? They don't even have a football team.
St. Peter's University. And no, they don't have a football team.
Well, are they a university, Mike? If they don't have a football team, aren't you still a college? You deserve the label university without a football team. I don't
listen.
know.
I'll let you keep going. You're going on and on. All I did was say Scam got benched. You can't even sit there. You can't sit there and defend him. He was bad. He was bad.
He was bad. But
he was bad last week.
How was he bad last week? Last week he ran for a touchdown and threw for 2 touchdowns, which I think only 40 quarterbacks have done in their entire career. Like, come on, man. That's actually a hyperbole, but he's done that more than any quarterback ever. 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown in a game. Most in NFL history. He wasn't bad last week. We lost last week because of our defense. He missed a 4th and 3. This week, We lost for a lot of reasons. One of them being Cam. He was inaccurate.
Okay,
Bad interception.
you're right. You're right. No picks last week. You're right.
Cam for last week is preposterous. You could tell you didn't watch the game.
I didn't. Of course, I didn't watch the game.
Yeah,
Washington versus Carolina. Come on.
2 weeks ago, he looked great against Arizona. So did PJ Walker. This week, the whole team looked bad, man. It was disgusting. It was a bloodbath. Honestly, we spent too much time insulting and talking about.
All the insulting came from you, dude.
You came at Cam Newton in the first 4 minutes of my podcast. You think I'm going to be like, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you attacking Cam Newton, a guy who was sitting on a couch 2 weeks ago and now is starting in an NFL game. Like, how would you look your first 2 weeks back if you were unemployed for 8 weeks? You'd be groggy. You'd be missing deadlines. You probably wouldn't look worse.
First off. I didn't come at Cam Newton. I quoted the name of an odds boost that you read to me from your own sports book in Miami. That's all I did. Was
those motherfuckers. But is that not insulting Cam Newton by bringing up the odds boost after he had a bad game? That's fair. So I will poke the bear back, which is calling St. Peter College an illegitimate school, which is your alma mater, and shitting on the shitty Boilermakers. You brought this out of me. I'm angry. I'm pissed. I'm not over it.
We could go on about Rutgers, dude. We could go on about Rutgers.
Yeah, Rutgers. Rough time for Rutgers. But you know what? Michigan.
They have a football team.
Rutgers has a football team. Yeah, they won like 5 games this year. They're in the Big Ten. They're competitive. Greg Schiano's back.
Gonna wear this hoodie in 10 days when I go see Purdue play Rutgers at Rutgers basketball.
That should be a good game. Purdue's probably better than us. I really hope Rutgers kicks your dicks in, but I don't know what to expect. But yours, not me. I'm going for Lily. What? Yeah, I know, but you're supporting her. You're wearing the Purdue. You say you're wearing
I am going to wear this. I am going to wear this. Yeah.
Rutgers metaphorically kicks you in the dick. Not like a student. I don't hope a student kicks you. I hope if you start cheering for Purdue and a sophomore hits you with an elbow, it's not your fault because you're on our water. You're on our territory. But let's forget about mediocre college basketball rivalries, which don't exist, like Purdue and Rutgers. College football playoff, though, Michigan, big game. They're going to come up later, actually, believe it or not. I am changing the rules of this podcast. But crazy weekend. So the Steelers still suck. That's one takeaway. Mm-hmm. The Bucks pulled together because Leonard Fournette had the game of his season. He's had other great games with the Jaguars before. Probably his best game since the Super Bowl and the playoff run he had last year. The Dolphins embarrassed us. Jalen Waddle, really impressive. Patriots, dominant win. The Titans are falling apart one game at a time. Obviously, no receivers. Tannehill now, which I surprised you because I didn't know that either. Leading the league in interceptions. That's unbelievable. The Giants did beat the Eagles. The Eagles have been incredibly inconsistent. The Giants defense shows up, held them to 7 points. They did it for Michael Strahan. Now, hopefully, for all Giants fans, they revert to mediocrity so you guys can draft a quarterback next year. The Falcons beat the Jaguars. Super exciting. What the fuck is going on with the Chargers? That hurt.
Yeah, that was a bad game.
The Vikings-Niners was kind of like a weird back and forth game. The Niners end up pulling it out, kind of improving their stock at getting one of those NFC wildcard spots. And probably the biggest game, Packers-Rams. And we've just seen the Rams are free falling. Who sings that song? Free falling.
Tom Petty, rest in peace.
No, what? No, free falling, not rest.
Yeah, Tom Petty and rest in peace.
That's the name of the song?
Yeah, Tom Petty is his name. The name of the song is Free Falling, and he's dead. That's why I said rest in peace.
Oh, you just randomly said rest in peace. That confused me. I was like, Tom Petty, rest in peace. And I was like, that's the name of the song? I was very thrown off. I was like, I don't even know that was one of his song titles. You just threw that out there. But you were shouting out an RIP because he's passed and he came out with that song.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That was their name.
The Rams are breaking a lot of hearts.
Yeah.
Especially Rams Super Bowl bettors like me and you who thought that there was a chance that that defense, man, we expected them to be the best defense in football. They had Von Miller. They're still not. We expect that offense to be better. They haven't been. And the bad man that is Aaron Rodgers, broken toe, whatever the fuck he has, shows it to the world. That was weird. But then he goes for 307 and 2 touchdowns without Aaron Jones. Devontae Adams, another 100-yard game. Randall Cobb coming back, acting like it's 2016, making plays left and right. Very impressive. And then that was followed up by the shittiest game of all, Sunday night, just disgusting. Can you give me that play-by-play that you gave me for 45 seconds where you explained the interception to fumble to interception to fumble?
I'm trying to remember clearly. I'm watching it all happen. It was just disgusting. It was like 5 turnovers in a span of 3 minutes. Lamar throws a pick. Baker comes out. First play is Jarvis. Baker hands it off to Jarvis Landry, runs to the side, is telling Jarvis Landry, right here. Jarvis Landry completely ignores him, just tries to move up a little bit, looks for an open receiver. He gets sacked, fumbles the ball. Ravens pick it up. Lamar throws another fucking pick. It was so bad.
They wanted to make sure the over didn't hit. That's what it was. They were just really we're going to make sure the over does not hit in this fucking game.
Yeah. That was a really bad game. And I mean, Lamar Jackson had 3 fucking picks in the second quarter alone.
That's
just
impressive.
In the second quarter alone.
That's
Unbelievable.
impressive.
Yeah. It was terrible. He had 4 total in the game. Somehow still managed to win the game. I think that's just a testament to how much this injury is hurting, for lack of a better word, Baker Mayfield and the offense. I think Kareem Hunt's dad went on Facebook and did another rant just like OBJ's dad.
Yeah, how many dads are going to be left to shit on Baker Mayfield? Like, soon it's going to be like the backup guard's dad. He's going to be like, I can't believe they're not playing Case Keenum. Case Keenum is going to fucking create a burner account. He's going to call KD for some suggestions and be like, are they really still starting this guy? He can barely move. And it's going to be like Burn Keenum at Burn Keenum. It's like, probably not going to
Burn Keenum. Yeah. It's pretty bad. I think, who was it? Bill Simmons, I think, was saying that you can expect that soon. Some of the other players, their dads going in and making these cases on social media. And before you knew it, Kareem Hunt's dad went in on it on Facebook. So yeah, who knows? But I mean, you could just see with I don't know what that is, like a sling or a strap that he's wearing on his shoulder. Like, it's just affecting him in a bad way.
Yeah. And I just think he's taking a lot of hits and he's just not great as it is. So it's not like you have Aaron Rodgers dealing with an injury that's limiting him. So instead of him being a top 3 quarterback, now he's a top 10 quarterback. Baker is a middle of the pack quarterback no matter what. So I think you're seeing that directly impact him. I don't see the Browns as a playoff team really anymore unless they really take off in that run game and that defense helps to carry them. But even in a game where their defense causes 5 turnovers, they lose 16-10. So, and the Ravens defense hasn't been great this year. So but the Ravens were able to pull out. And
even Lamar just wasn't doing well. He wasn't completing his passes. He was trying to go for these long throws that just weren't connecting at all. Justin Tucker is really who won that game for them. You think about it, the fact that Lamar threw 4 picks and they still managed to win by 6 points. That was all Justin Tucker, and Lamar wasn't able to get one in.
The defense.
The defense.
Team that had 5 turnovers that got the ball 5 times. Yeah. You hold them to 10 points. That is as impressive as it gets in terms of a defensive performance.
Yeah, you kind of feel bad for guys like Myles Garrett, like balling as hard as they are with a quarterback who's struggling as hard as Baker Mayfield. So, I wonder when we're going to see Keenum come in.
I don't know, man. I think it should be soon, but I think it's all up to Cleveland. They kind of like want to keep this, letting Baker, I guess, drive this ship or main this ship, whatever the right terminology is. And it's kind of getting disgusting at this point. He doesn't look like he can hold on with both hands, and he's just not. Everyone's making a big deal about the OBJ thing. They had that great game after they let go of OBJ, and then they have 10 points. Like, it's not OBJ. Baker is struggling.
Wait, did they have a really good game after they let go of OBJ? Didn't they lose?
They won, I think, the game after OBJ, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, because OBJ's been OBJ was a while ago.
They beat the Bengals 41-16. It was like
that's right.
And everyone made like a huge thing about it. But yeah, I just don't have confidence in the Browns. I kind of feel stupid that I did like them to win the AFC North. I don't think you can predict what happened to Baker, the falling out with OBJ, and just the way that running game looked early on. They looked like they could just take that running game right to 11 or 12 wins, and they were just unable to. And then to top it all off, you have the potentially end of the Russell Wilson era. First time.
Yeah. So speaking of the running game, last night, pretty good running game from Washington, and bad game.
Seattle's just done, man. It's looked bad all year. It's gotten worse. It's just crazy to think that a guy who, no matter how you slice it, if you're a GM in the NFL, you view Russell Wilson as a top 5 quarterback in the league. So the fact that guy might be on the market is going to change the landscape of the NFL. If it's the Giants that make a big run,
Apparently the Giants, yeah, the
New York, which I think would make a lot of sense because you bring a championship to New York, you're a legend forever. Look at Eli. Eli won 2 championships, but missed the playoffs like 60, 70% of the time. But Giants fans love Eli. You know, they did hate him.
Yeah.
Last like 3 years.
It's more championships than Russell Wilson got with the Seahawks, and he was expected to get at least 2.
It was. He got to 2 Super Bowls. Eli got to 1. It's not close because Russell Wilson's been a far superior quarterback to Eli Manning. Like, he's gotten his team to the playoffs basically every year he was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think if you look at the Seattle dynasty, they didn't win as much as they should have. I'm not blaming that on Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's been unbelievable. Kind of blame that on Pete Carroll, not getting him the weapons they needed to early enough, kind of never having a good offensive line ever, just because you assume that he's the greatest or one of the top 3 best escape artists that we've ever had in the NFL, and staying in the pocket, that you didn't have to get him a good offensive line. That's kind of hurt them.
My favorite thing about Pete Carroll is when he realizes his mistake, like right as the moment happens, and he just aggressively chews his gum and just like stares in disbelief and just.
Yeah, it's been weird. The Pete Carroll saga, just like it started off so hot in Seattle and it's just gotten worse ever since that interception against New England.
And hey, I think he saw Malcolm Butler's ghost last night when it ended the exact same way. 2-point conversion, picked off.
Interception, a tough play late in the game. They actually get back. I can't even believe that happened, where they were in a position to somehow tie that game. And that's just been the story of Seattle, though. They've been pulling Russell Wilson, not they. Russell Wilson has been pulling games out of his ass for 5 years, all the time, always winning these 1-possession games every year, somehow staying healthy, not getting that hurt. And it just boiled over this year. I said, I mentioned it last week. They had that bad loss to Tennessee, and it kind of all went downhill. But
but the finger, you could see the effect of the finger, and just like some of the throws that some of his passes yesterday being completely overthrown. And the announcers were talking about it. That's the finger. It's 100% the finger. He's just like, the passes just aren't as good as he needs them to be. I was really surprised by DK Metcalf not getting targeted until the 4th quarter. I think it was like super late in the game. 4th quarter was when he got his first target.
And that's when you got to make a point of coaching. How is DK Metcalf, somebody who arguably is a top 10, top 12 receiver in the NFL?
Yeah.
How is he not getting targeted? So,
dude, Ron Rivera is a beast at home. Ron Rivera
is an elite defensive coach, and we've seen, which has been something kind of interesting winding down this season. We've seen Washington really begin to step up defensively when they were so bad to start the year. But their last 5 weeks, they've allowed 15, 21, 19, 17, 24. So last 5 games, they've held all their opponents 24 or under. And 3 of those games digits. So it's been
and even still with that, they're still number 1 in points allowed this season, right?
Are they total points allowed? I don't think so. Points allowed, defense, points allowed per game. The Jets, 30.4. Falcons, Raiders, Chargers, Texans, Lions, Jaguars, then Washington, 25.
Wow, where did I
25.6. It might have been 3 weeks ago before they went on this tear. They've actually been holding teams to single digits. So Washington's been scrappy, but yes, an interesting week in the NFL. I still think it's very wide open. So we're gonna transition.
Can I give my takeaways?
Give me your takeaway.
The games that I watched that I was really just like completely not dumbfounded, but just kind of given an idea of like, wow, these teams are not what I expected them to be. Well, 1, the Steelers. Yes, I do think Big Ben is done. 2, the Seahawks last night, after watching that and just watching how well Taylor Heineke and the defense just were able to roll past the Seahawks. Yes, it was a close game, but they limited Russell Wilson big time. Seahawks season is over. And I do think that I've said it a bunch of times. The injury had a lot to do with that. I kept writing off Russell Hustle and Bustle, Mr. Unlimited for the past few weeks. And yeah, I think last night was just the icing on the cake. The Packers looked unbelievable. The Rams, what the hell's going on there? I think I've talked to you almost every day about MVP odds and where we're at, how Matt Stafford went from 9-1 to now 16-1. Who knows what can happen from here? But I think that the last few weeks have been a real big like testament to just kind of, I don't know, just disappointing what we thought was going to come out of him. And you had high hopes for him at preseason, at the start of the season. And he lived up to that. The Rams really, really lived up to that up until I would say maybe like 2 weeks ago, we started seeing like, oh, what's going on here? 3 weeks ago.
They've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, they didn't win all of November. They did not win all of November. It's incredible. Another one, the Vikings. I was so disappointed by that. Jimmy Garoppolo looked great. Kirk Cousins, interception. I mean, you got your Kirk Cousins game as typical. And the last one.
Kirk Cousins, that's what he does.
It's Kirk. Yeah, exactly. It's what he does. The Chargers. I needed Austin Eckler to score a touchdown. I got it. It was great. But boy, I had to fucking suffer for it. Herbert did not look good on Sunday. It was really, really bad. He was just trying his best to just throw these fucking darts that were just not working. They weren't connecting. The Denver defense was unbelievable. They were all over him. But at the same time, he was just making careless mistakes. The most important one, the one that really killed the game and any chance of Austin Eckler getting a second touchdown that I really, really wanted would have been a great payday.
No one cares about your Eckler second touchdown, dude.
I care about my Eckler second touchdown. No one cares about your fucking the love of your Panthers, dude. But hey, Herbert just throws this dart that's just like it's impossible. Like he just like launches it way too fucking hard at Eckler. Bam, hits Eckler's hands, tipped off, pick 6. And that was just the end of the game from there. And I think the Chargers have been inconsistent with that one, just kind of being the icing on the cake of like, dude, like what is going on here? What's happening with this team? It's like win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, and just looking bad. Herbert is not looking like Herbert last year. And who knows? I mean, rookie year in a year where you don't have fans in the arenas. Who knows what the case may be, but it's just a bad second year for him. So yeah, there was just a lot that we learned from yesterday, but not yesterday, the weekend. The biggest lesson that I learned is maybe I need to not be on the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, because you actually had your first allegedly you had your first winning week.
Exactly. No one's gonna believe me because of course
I saw the text and I don't even believe you. But I want to touch on Herbert. Herbert had a bad game, but when you look at him compared to the rest of the quarterbacks in the NFL this year, he's still top 10. He's still been a top 10, top 12.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He still has 24 touchdowns, 3,300 yards, rush for 250. So he's still been able to keep them in these games. It's just.
Well, what's the record? 6-5?
6-5, surprisingly better than they were last year. They're still in the playoff hunt. They would be in the playoffs if everything ended today. It's just the inconsistency. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both. Like Mike Williams started off so hot and he has just fallen off a cliff. But yeah, the Chargers, it comes down to inconsistency. There have not been a lot of consistent teams in the NFL this year. We beat that point home last week, and it's stuck that way. It stays that way. We just haven't had consistency from most teams in the NFL. We have a few teams, Packers, Patriots as of late. Have been really consistent. Even the Bucks have been a little bit inconsistent over the season. Cardinals obviously have shown us a lot, but interesting. So all that said, give me a Super Bowl pick if you had to pick one today. Gun to your head.
Gun to my head. No one's going to take this seriously, but I'm going to go with the two teams that are probably the hottest right now just because of their consistency. We want to talk about consistency.
Patriots Cardinals or Patriots Packers?
Patriots Packers.
Okay.
Patriots Packers 30-1. I'm throwing money on that. I'm throwing at least $15 on that.
Wow. $15. You're not gonna be able to go to PF Chang's tomorrow. You're gonna have to dumb it down.
Hey, well, I'm throwing $15 on it because really, are we gonna see Patriots Packers?
No, maybe 30-1. But fuck it, man. Throw like $50. Maybe you win 1,500. Then you can really stunt. I was gonna go same. I feel like it's time for Rodgers to make another Super Bowl, and the way the Packers are playing, I'm with you. And I don't know why. I almost wanted to take the Ravens, but then Lamar Jackson threw 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
Tough. Yeah. I think I'm gonna still go with what I said last week and take the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs. I think the AFC is wide open. I would not be surprised if it was the Chiefs, if it was the Patriots, Ravens, Bills, the Bengals, the Chargers, the Colts. Like some of those at the end, yes, would surprise me. But this is a year where I think anything can happen. Like this feels like a very wide open, like the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl, the year the Giants won the Super Bowl, where you just have this 9-7, 10-6 kind of average team, but they get hot. Everything's clicking at the right time. And sometimes that really is all that matters.
And AFC
at the right time, you can win.
Yeah, AFC looks a lot better than the NFC right now. Too.
The AFC's the top of the NFC is probably what looks the best or what's the most dominant. The AFC as a whole, I guess, the AFC has more parity. The NFC has more dominance because the NFC you're talking about the Cardinals.
Yeah, you're talking the Cardinals, the Rams, the Packers. You could even throw the 49ers the way they're playing right now, but I don't even know.
You have the Cowboys you have the Cowboys at 7-4. You have the Bucks. Like you have 5 of the top 7 odds to win the Super Bowl are from the NFC. So I would say the NFC is stronger than the AFC in terms of Super Bowl contenders. What you have, the AFC might be deeper than the NFC of having more of those average to borderline playoff teams that we're going to see in the mix. So since you were allegedly 3-0 on Sunday,
4-0, my friend. I lost my teaser.
With the key pick.
Yeah. So
then you lost the teaser.
I lost the teaser. Yeah, I lost the teaser. I lost the teaser on the Steelers. My picks last week were Bucks. Who else? I can't even fucking remember now. But anyway, we'll go into
that's not helping the listeners believe you, man. You don't even remember.
Well, no, because it's in the fucking past at this point. Let me look.
It is in the past.
Because I had written it down. You can't
live in the past.
Oh, first off, I'm sorry. One of my key picks was Dolphins plus 1.5. My second pick was Patriots minus 5.5. I love the Patriots going into this. I'm still loving the Patriots, although Monday's game, we'll talk about that in a little bit. And Bucks minus 2.5. Those were my 3 key picks. And then for game of the week, Packers Rams, I had Packers. I had Packers in that one.
Right,
and cool. I'm pretty sad.
Beautiful story. Give me your first pick for this week.
Yeah, exactly. Go fuck yourself because it's. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it. But I went into a bunch of rants in my group chats about how upset I was about that. I blamed it all on you. I blamed it all on you. I went on a few rants. I had to go on a few rants. It's like the one time he doesn't post, I go 4-0. But anyway,
you didn't even I was going to the game. We had already recorded an episode. You didn't like
a shitty episode. You did well. You did well on Thanksgiving.
It was an hour and 20-minute episode. We talked
about a shitty picks episode.
No, picks episode was good. Teaser hit. Did we do a teaser?
We didn't do a teaser.
Oh, I just well,
you went 2-1.
I would have gone 3-0 if fucking DeAndre Swift didn't get hurt in the fucking third minute of the game.
That's a bad beat. That was a bad beat.
For both of us. You had DeAndre Swift touchdown. So
and you had DeAndre Swift 60.5. Dude, that was bad.
That was ugly. My backup pick was Lions plus 3.5, which somehow covered in disgusting fashion. That was ugly.
Yeah. Great way to start Thanksgiving.
What is your fucking winner after a 3-0?
My first pick for week 13.
I feel like I'm at the bar in Hoboken at 1 a.m. That's how long I'm waiting for your pick.
My first pick for week 13 of a really long and confusing season is going to be Bengals minus 3. It's 3.5 right now. I think it's 3.5 right now. No. It's still 3. It's still 3. And I'm not buying the hook. I'm gonna take it at minus 3. I like the Bengals. They have the better record. They're looking great. Joe Burrow has figured himself out. The offense is clicking. And after what I saw from Justin Herbert, I just went into a whole rant about that and his team. Short week for them. I'm just going to stick with Cincinnati on this one.
I was torn on this game. Honestly, I've liked the Chargers. I like the Bengals too. I love Herbert and Burrow. I like Burrow more than Herbert coming into this year, but there's been like a really big number. It's like 57% of teams are winning as road underdogs this year, which this is one of the 5 games that fits that trend. But I couldn't find a way to justify taking the Chargers, which is why I just stayed away. The only things that I found that would pique your interest, the Bengals have the second easiest schedule in football this year. The Chargers have the second hardest so far. So the Bengals have faced easier opponents. Bengals have felt inconsistent, but had now 2 back-to-back wins. Their last really bad performance was the Cleveland game where they just did not show up at all. And before that, obviously, they had the stinker to the Jets that knocked off a lot of us out of Survivor. So they're hot back-to-back weeks, and they're at home again. The Chargers have to travel to Cincinnati. So for all those reasons, even though it feels like a weird, maybe it's exactly 3, it could be a close game. Hey, shit, maybe tied at half. You have the 2 young quarterbacks that everybody kind of is debating between who's the best one out of that draft.
Yeah.
But I like it. I think the Bengals feel right now, starting December, like the better team, and at least the team playing better right now, which might matter more.
They've had really impressive wins over like good teams, like 41-17 against the Ravens, 41-10 against Big Ben's dumbass last week. Just this past Sunday, 32-13 against the Raiders. Their losses have been really fucking confusing, losing to the Jets by 3. They lost to Baker right after that. So I'm taking those 2 losses right out the bag, step them to the side. And Joe Mixon, who you told me today is what's Joe Mixon now? He's third.
Third. He's basically second.
He's going to be second. He's going to be second.
He's not going to play anymore this year, so
he's 13 yards away from second. So I'm going with them. They figured themselves out. They need to win from here on out, and I think they're the better team.
So that's what we'll see. That's what I think is going to be the most interesting as we move on. Is if the Bengals are a team that shows consistency, or they kind of go back into this weird routine they have where they won 1, lost 1, 1-2, lost 1, 1-2, lost 2, 1-2. So like they've literally every time they've won 2, they followed it with a loss. They have not won 3 in a row this season. So patterns. I know you kind of like patterns depending on the scenario, but the Chargers have also
but they also have a pattern. The Chargers have a disgusting
of not being
pattern.
Consistent, which is why that's literally my thought, where I was like, man, Chargers win, lose, win. I feel like they do that weird thing, but like I said, Bengals are playing better football, so I agree. My first pick, I'm going to go Ravens -4 against the Steelers. We just talked about them. They've looked really bad. I don't expect, typically really good players, when they have a game as bad as Lamar did last week, they bounce back and look a lot better. You know he's going to look at film. You know he's going to look at some of the mistakes he made in this game. The Ravens defense is clicking at the right time. I think that matters more. Big Ben looks as incompetent as ever. They weren't even able to use Najee Harris in the Cincinnati game. The Steelers defense, which is supposed to be what made them so great and amazing and incredible, 27th in DVOA. I just don't think that's a winning formula. Baltimore 5th rushing defense DVOA. Steelers need to run the ball to win. They're not going to win throwing it with Big Ben. So I think it's easy. I could buy it down to 2.5. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it Ravens -4 as my first pick.
That was my third pick. Ravens -4.
Pick. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Anything else that I missed or didn't add about the Ravens?
No. I talked a little bit earlier about Big Ben, how bad that game looked. And as much as Lamar, you had 2 bad Sundays from the 2 of them, 2 really bad games where Lamar still pulls out with the win. Justin Tucker pulls out with the win, but Lamar with 4 picks and Big Ben.
Lamar got them there. Lamar got them.
He got them there. He got them to where they needed to go. He managed to get a passing touchdown, and so did Big Ben right at the end of the game when it didn't really matter anymore because they got blown the fuck out. So I find Lamar's.
That is the definition of a garbage time touchdown. Like that is It feels like those touchdowns should only count for half. Like if you're down 30 and you throw a touchdown, they should only give you half a touchdown. Like there's less than a minute left. The team isn't even playing defense. They're all in prevent. Like the backups are in. Like you don't even deserve a full touchdown for that. It was terrible. That's good. So you ride with me on the Ravens as your third pick.
I will ride you with the Ravens.
No, man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
I thought after we were beefing a little bit that would change you, but apparently you say the same. I'm proud of you for that. My second pick, I'm going to go a little parlay here, right? I'm going to go Washington football team +4.5, parlayed with Michigan Wolverines on Saturday against Iowa. That'll get you down to like -110. So Washington traveling to Oakland. I just mentioned.
Are you buying points or?
I'm buying points.
That's okay. That's why.
It's 2.5. I'm buying it to 4.5 at -135. I want to say -140 with Michigan money line gets it down to -110. I might as well buy it 4.5 instead of 3.5 if I'm already throwing Michigan in there. Washington has won 3 in a row. The Raiders have literally been a roller coaster the entire season. They have not shown an ability to have 2 consecutive good games since like week 5. And That's what it comes down to for me. I trust what I've seen from Washington's defense. I just mentioned they haven't allowed more than 24 in 5 consecutive games. They're starting to show up. You saw what they did against Seattle this past week against Russell Wilson. The Raiders did have an amazing game against Dallas, but I said it last week, that was their Super Bowl. So we got their fucking best performance. I don't think we're going to get that this week. I think Washington keeps it close. And the poor man's of Aaron Rodgers, who's Taylor Heineke, who's manning the Washington football team, with what we've seen from Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick taking touchdowns away from Terry McLaurin and upsetting both of us.
And Gibson. Yeah.
But I think Washington covers today. You hear me? On Sunday with the Wolverines.
Okay. All right. Now we're throwing college in here too, which is great.
Yeah, I got wild, man. It's championship Saturday in college football. This is the only team in my life that matters and can do anything of significance. So I'm glad to support them as much as I can in these times of victory.
Sure.
We beat Ohio State, bitch.
That was a big win. Big fucking win.
Woo!
So what Harbaugh said about what's his name?
Ohio State. Is that what he said? No, I'm kidding.
He basically said that. Said that. I really wanted to take Washington plus 2.5. I think I'm gonna take it. It's not gonna be one of my key picks, but I am taking it. I do like them over the Raiders. I do think that win over the Cowboys on Thursday was.
It was a high. They played their best game. Their best game.
And they got the refs to thank for that one. I know you love the Raiders plus 7.5. They have the refs to thank for that win. So I love Washington on Sunday. That's not going to be my second pick as much as I was debating over pick number 3, Ravens or Washington. I went with Ravens. But
my one thing real quick, my one thing on Anthony Brown, if you're a kid, right, and you go to the store and you stole 2 weeks ago, right, and then you go again the next week and you steal again, they caught you both times.
You got called 4 times.
No, I know, but I'm saying I'm making a hypothetical situation.
Sure.
Stop making it look like you're stealing. Like, stop making it close for the ref. If you're not holding, turn around. Don't look right into the offensive player and not make it look like you're playing defense when you've been PIing the whole game. Like, adjust what you're doing. At least make it look like you're looking back at the ball. And I think that's fucked over.
But was that pass catchable?
That's so subjective in the NFL that there's been so many passes over the years that are borderline catchable, but they say if they weren't impeded by the defender, they could have gotten to the ball because it's subjective. There's no way to say yes or no. If it's completely uncatchable, like 20 yards off, they'll actually apply that rule, but they don't apply it for close ones.
Okay.
That was the problem. It was close enough. And he was a habitual line stepper. To quote Charlie Murphy, he was habitually doing pass interference.
Yeah. 3 times right before then. Then we're in overtime now.
At this point, they're fucking already. You're lined up. They're blowing their whistle. They're like, oh, he's definitely gonna grab him again. That's why he's fucking in the whole game. That's why it's back to my thief story. If you've been caught stealing 3 times at the same store in a month, maybe don't wear a black hoodie and cover your head when you walk in this time, right? Maybe show your hands the entire time and order a sandwich from the counter instead of going to the back, you know?
Yeah. When I was in high school, I used to steal CDs from FYE and Newport Mall. Got away with it a bunch of times. Yeah. I got away with it a bunch of times.
Fine.
My last time, no. It doesn't cancel out.
Yeah,
it's good. My last time stealing CDs was at Target, February 12th, 2006. I never forget because I decided to try it at a new spot, Target in North Bergen, and I got caught right away, like in a heartbeat. I took the CDs with me to the bathroom, ignoring the sign that said, "Don't bring merchandise to the bathroom. Cameras are everywhere." And within like 2 minutes of me unwrapping the CDs and putting them in my jeans, in my pockets, in the bathroom stall, I got a knock on the stall. Security took me out. It was a big fiasco. Boom. Hey, never did it again.
Tremendo criminal, bro.
Yeah, and the worst part was tremendo sapingo, because I was at Target and my mom was there, sister. So it was very easy for them to be like, "Hey, all right, we need your who are you here with?" My mom. And they're, "Your mom is here in the store?" I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, go on. All right, what's your mom's name? We're gonna call her in." I said, "Can we not do that? I really don't want her to find out about this." Like, well, we could call your mom, or or not, and we could just call the police. And I was like, well, if we call the police, then my mom's gonna find out anyway. So
yeah,
fine.
you're like, don't try to confuse me. Like there's a door B. Like, oh, we'll call the police. Who's gonna call my mom? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
So that was it. But hey, guess what?
This is where you fucked up, right? Once at Best Buy, right? Young Gun CD, right? I'm not a criminal, but I might have done this one time.
Yeah.
I was in Best Buy, and I just kept going to the same aisle and slowly opening the CD case. I was wearing a North Face at the time. And I got the CD out of the CD case, slowly slipped it up my sleeve into my North Face sleeve, which was so wide because at that time we decided to wear large jackets.
Yeah.
Fit us.
The
so
steep
it fit right in. I was there with my grandfather, so very risky because he would have kicked my ass had I stolen something and been caught. But I didn't. I got in the car and I made the right decision. I waited till I got home to play the CD. Yeah. Would have been weird had I been like, hey,
Grandpa,
CD, where the fuck? You know, so I avoided that. But
that's smart. But you know who taught me so Target, it was just me being stupid, taking wrapped CDs to the bathroom and unwrapping them, you know, just taking them out and putting them in my pocket. But at FYE at Newport Mall, rest in peace, because it's no longer open, I was taught how to take the CDs that were in these rectangular security plastic cases. Once you popped the case open and pushed the CD out, the CD case, you could take it with the wrapping, with the barcode out of the store. It wouldn't ring. It was the plastic casing outside of it. You know who taught me that? Do you know who taught me how to do that? We'll edit this out to not incriminate. Yeah. They walked me to Newport one day because they told me one day in school, they were like, oh yeah, dude, like we steal CDs all the time from FYE. I was like, dude, I want to steal CDs. And they walked me there and they showed me, look, watch. Da, pa. And that was it. And I picked up this terrible habit. But hey, once I got caught.
But this just shows our age. We're talking about stealing music.
Yeah.
Not digitally. We're literally having a conversation about stealing music, not digitally. Yeah. Not like now you would buy a CD just to have the case or to have like the album and all that kind of stuff. We're talking about stealing the disc so we can listen to the music, where now we just pay like everything. We lease everything. We rent everything in the world now, and we pay $7 and just listen to it on Apple Music or Spotify.
$10.99 a month for me, but yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Apple Music is $9.99, or maybe it's $10.99 now. It might be competitively priced. They always change the fucking prices, man, and I forget. So I got my second pick, Washington, Michigan. You now, sir, need to give me your third pick to finish off.
I'm gonna buy the hook here and take Niners -2.5 at -130 on DraftKings. Okay. Not the prettiest odds, but I just don't want, on some books, they have them at -3.5. If you grab the Niners now on DraftKings, you could get them -2.5 from -130 on DraftKings. And this is going against the Seahawks, which I've already given you guys a million points as to why I don't have faith in Russell, Hustle, and Bustle, Mr. Unlimited this season. Their season is done. Even if they're going to be home, he couldn't win a fucking game on his birthday, even though it was in Washington. Jimmy Garoppolo and the Niners are looking good. They had a nice win against the Vikings. They crushed the Jaguars. That's expected. They beat the Rams. And this is after losing to Colt McCoy and the Cardinals. We're going to wipe that out of the way because right before that, they beat the Bears. A nice big win against the Bears.
You're big on wiping losses away. You're big on, that's like the second you keep wiping these losses away from teams. Like you're like, the wins count, the losses don't. That's why I like them.
Because we're now approaching week 13 with so much inconsistency that you look at all these records and you look at all these like wins and losses, like the Bills losing to the Jags and this one losing to that one, the Bucks losing to Washington. And it's like, yeah, Heineke is good, but you know what? We got to wipe that loss against Washington out. There are so many losses that you have to wipe out and wins that you have to wipe out because of the inconsistency. Like some stuff just doesn't make sense. And you have to put that to the side and say, where are we at right now? Who's looking good right now? And yeah, and I'll find out Monday night, the two teams that I'm focusing on the most, which is, I'm assuming that you feel the same way that I do, that Bills-Pats Monday night is the game of the week.
100%, 100%. Without
Bills-Pats Monday night game of the week is going to answer a few questions that I have on where both of these teams are at. This could be a huge fucking statement win for the Pats, or this could be Josh Allen finally answering the questions that I and so many people have, especially the folks who took him to win MVP, on where he's at this point in the season. Because I'm a little lost. I'm a little lost with Josh Allen. I've been defending him way too much this season.
I think
and Monday's my answer.
It's the offense. It's the offense. They can't really run the ball that well. They're depending a lot on Josh Allen to make plays. He hasn't been as accurate. Their defense hasn't been as good. So I think there's just like a lot of factors that have kind of taken us down that path. And this is a huge game, definitely the game of the week. But they play again in 2 weeks. So
I know
we're gonna whatever we find out now. Like let's say for example the Patriots beat the Bills by 2 touchdowns. Does it matter if the Bills beat the Patriots by 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks? We're just going to look at them as 2 even teams. So this is a statement win, but there's going to be a lot more statements to be made because these are both teams that I think undeniably we're going to see in the playoffs. So this will be the first of potentially many battles between Bill Belichick and the Josh Allen-led Bills, and we'll kind of see where we can evaluate where we put this Patriots team that just keeps getting hot and keeps winning.
First question I have for you going into Monday night, Tre'Davious White is out.
Big loss.
How much? Yeah, it's a big loss. That's a big loss. How do you think that affects the game? Because I don't even know what direction I'm going in. I really don't.
I'm torn. Part of me just, I like the Bills as the better team, but I don't know if that's true anymore. I might just be holding on to bias from early in the year. But let's get into that after I give you my third game. You
didn't give us your third? You didn't give us your third yet?
Yeah, no, I didn't give you the third yet. My third game, I am taking the Colts -6.5 and parlaying them with the Rams. I'm buying them down. You get the Colts at -150 at 6.5. I throw them in with the Rams, who are playing the Jaguars. The Rams have lost 3 in a row. The Jaguars want to get a top 5 pick. So the Jaguars want to lose. The Rams want to win. That's a great mix. Same thing with the Colts Texans. Texans want to lose. Colts are coming off a big loss against Tampa. They need this game. They're 6-6. They go into a bye week next week. They beat Houston last time 31-3, although it was with Davis Mills. I still think Carson Wentz and the Colts come out dominant. Jonathan Taylor rushes for $125. Give me the Colts -6.5 with the Rams money line for my third and final pick. And then I like
it a lot, and I give you credit because I stayed away, as you can see, from doing money line parlays just because they've been like so inconsistent with me at least the last 3-4 weeks. But the last 3-4 weeks have been so fucking weird with the NFL, where it's like you think these money line parlays where I'm like, let me buy points and take in a big fucking favorite who I know is not going to lose this game, and then they go and shit the bed completely. But
I'm hoping these are unshittable, which is terrible, right? I'm hoping these are unshittable. If the Rams lose to the Jaguars, Sean McVay has my blessing to choke out Matt Stafford. Bring in whoever you want. Bring back Jared Goff. I don't care.
This has to be the one.
To Iowa, I will personally go kill Jim Harbaugh because I felt with so much defeat and disgust from the Panthers this year, from the Rockets getting rid of Harden, from the Red Sox losing in the ALCS. If Michigan doesn't at least get to the college football playoff, I will murder somebody. Murder. Cold-blooded. Maybe in Grand Theft Auto, because I don't think I could do prison, but I will murder somebody somewhere. Okay?
I hear you, dude. I hear you. And yeah, I mean, we're not gonna jinx your parlay. I like that parlay a lot. I really do like it. What will that say though if somehow the Jags pull this out, beat the Rams, and have gotten a victory against the Bills under their pocket? Like that would be so fucking.
It would be very fitting. I would kill somebody. So I think.
It'd be something. But no, the Rams are due to win one after not winning one in November.
This is going to be the game where Matt Stafford, right? Because I got Matt Stafford leading the league in touchdowns.
Yeah.
This could be the game where maybe he goes for 5, and hopefully Lenny takes off again for Tampa and has like 2 rushing touchdowns or 3 rushing touchdowns against Atlanta. And Brady can hold off on the passing TDs this weekend.
I like it. I know you don't want to extend the episode longer than it already is, but who's leading in yards right now? Passing yards?
My man, Derek Carr.
Love it. Wow. Like that's
I
great.
Have Derek
you
Carr
saw that
at 1, and I have Stafford at 3. Brady's at 2, and fucking Kyler was tied for 2nd or 3rd when he got hurt 4 weeks ago. So
Kyler is 100% coming back this Sunday, right?
That's what they're saying. Yeah, they said they could have played him the week before the bye, but they decided not to. But yeah, it's gonna be a race between, I think, those 3 guys for the yards leader this season.
Of course. And it was so hard to try to even take Arizona -7.5. This is Kyler's first game back. If he does come back on Sunday, that's bad.
I felt weird. I didn't know Chicago's look bad. Matt Nagy, I think, is running on borrowed time right now. He's not going to. He's
still working
because they beat the Lions. He bought himself a week. If not, he would have been fired having Thanksgiving turkey by himself, probably divorced. By himself, lonely, miserable. Now he's going to have to wait 3 or 4 months. He's going to get fired right before Christmas. Which he still makes enough money. It's not like somebody really getting fired before Christmas, where now their families can enjoy Christmas. But he has to start thinking, if he got his wife the Rolls Royce, maybe he should be maybe we should go Mercedes. Maybe Rolls Royce isn't the best idea.
But boy, he's got, dude, his job is on the line. He's got the Cardinals. He's got the Packers. He's got the Vikings.
He's going to be fired, Mike. He's going to be fired. He's fired. There's no reason. You're reading somebody's obituary right now. He's going to be fired. Let's talk about what we just talked about, the biggest game. Monday night or Sunday night? Monday night, right?
It's Monday night, dude. Monday night football. Oh,
ESPN, man. Manning brothers calling the game, I think.
Are they back? Because they weren't on last night.
Back for this game. I'm gonna fucking call ESPN with the angriest message if they're not.
Manning cast. Let's find out.
Manning cast has to be back this week. If the Manning cast isn't back this week, they're not doing it right. They took a little week off for Thanksgiving, hung out with the family, holiday weekend. They're back for Patriots Bills.
So here's what happened.
You're gonna break my heart.
No, they're back after taking a break. I think they purposely took a break saying Seahawks, Washington, Peyton.
No, dude, it was Thanksgiving. They were like, fuck this. We're not working on Thanksgiving. They're too rich. They don't
the Monday after Thanksgiving? No, they said this is a stupid fucking game. We're not going to fucking do the Mannycast for this. But Monday, there's no way they can miss it. I'm so fucking excited for this game. One, because, Josh Allen MVP. I think I mentioned it every fucking episode because I want to see it happen.
We get it.
I know.
One of the players. We understand.
I know. Yeah. And I think my group chats are fucking sick of me talking about where he's at this point, how he looked, how he hurt his odds, whatever the case may be. But, dude, I'm loving the Pats, too. I really am. I mean, it's been an incredible trajectory for them.
Put the $50 on it. Don't go 15. Go 50.
50 for what? Oh, the thing that I talked about?
The Super Bowl, man.
What I'm saying is that Monday, I don't know where to go because I love both sides.
Take the Pats. If you like the Pats the way you do, take them. If Josh Allen balls out, you lose money, but your odds get better. Win-win. I think Pats have been playing better football. I do think it's tough to go into Buffalo, that stadium, that cold weather, screaming fans, biggest game of your life. On TV, you're not Tom Brady. People are comparing you to Tom Brady. You have all the momentum, all the hype. They're expecting all of this from you. So I do think he kind of falls on his face and the Bills win this game by a touchdown.
Okay.
By
a touchdown. Okay.
The Patriots won. But if you gun to my head right now who I'm taking, I think I'm leaning Buffalo, even if I don't love how I feel about this game, because I do believe this is the ultimate coin flip. We don't know who's going to win on Monday.
Yeah.
What's your pick?
That's my pick. I just went on a whole rant about how I don't know what my pick is going to be, but I love.
I'm going to take Josh Allen anytime touchdown.
I'm going to double down on Josh Allen MVP.
Yeah, I really like his odds at lower odds than when I got them to start the year at plus 475.
So I'm going to be honest with you. Before the episode started, I looked to see if we had player props yet to see if I could take what's his name, Mac Jones passing touchdowns. I was hoping, I think it'll still be 1.5 because that's been his line every week, still at plus money. So I think just to play it safe, kind of be neutral, I could still see it being a shootout, if you will. I would just go with Mac Jones, 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm going to leave it at that.
Give me a winner. You got to give me a winner or give me a spread pick.
Bills.
But you also think Bills.
Yeah.
And then you think maybe revenge game for Mac Jones in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, two weeks from now. Yeah, absolutely, possibly. At some point, that fire's got to die down. We've seen it with so many times with the Titans losing to who was the crazy upset that they
Texans.
the Texans. You see this fire die down every single fucking week this season so far. And I think
every team has a bad loss. Every team has a bad loss.
And I think the Patriots are due for one. And if you look at their schedule and see like who they've had for the last 5 weeks and who they have coming up, they're due for a loss, and it would be against the Bills. I like the Bills -2.5 because it's in a very comfortable cushion. You're giving me just a field goal. Give me the Bills then -2.5.
Yeah, and it's the Patriots should finish off the year pretty easy, but at Buffalo, at Indianapolis, Buffalo at home, you play that the wrong way, that could be 0-3, which is the craziest part. Like you could literally go from 8-4 to 8-7. Now I think they've then they got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and at Miami, even at 9-7, they're probably still locked in at a wild card seed in this AFC. But it's just interesting to see for New England. This is a big test to see how these next 3 weeks go. And big news for Buffalo. Star Lotulelei, former Panther D tackle, and their rookie right tackle, Spencer Brown, are off the COVID list and should be back against New England this week. So should be a great week in the NFL. I'm excited. The Panthers don't play, which is amazing for me. I need that. I just need them the fuck out of my life right now. I just need to ignore anything Carolina. Hopefully Michigan doesn't let me down and make me miserable once again. But what are your picks one more time for the listeners?
Well, we didn't take a teaser. Are we doing a teaser?
Oh, motherfucker. We do need to take a teaser. Damn, I jumped the gun. You go first. What's your teaser?
So my teaser, 10-point teaser, is going to be starting off with Colts +1. This is just, basically taking a money line. They're -9 against the Texans. I don't want to take the -9, so give me +1. They should beat the Texans. Carson Wentz is looking good. Bad loss against the Bucks. That's it. Bounce back, win. Vikings +3 against the Lions. The Lions are not going to get their first win of the season. Kirk Cousins is going to bounce back from the stupid game, but he can still keep it fucking close. And I could see him just winning by a field goal against the Lions. But hey, give me Vikings +3. That's great. And my last pick in the 10-point teaser, I said I wasn't going to touch them, but Rodgers kind of swayed me away from it. They have been looking pretty decent. This is a tough game still, just because of the defense that they're facing, but I'm going to take the Chiefs money line because their fucking spread is -10. I'm not taking Chiefs -10, but fine. Give me the money line against the Broncos at home. We're at Arrowhead. And I like this. This is -121 on Barstool. Colts +1, Vikings +3, Chiefs money line.
I like it. Chiefs, I just stayed away from.
I know.
But they're a roller coaster. Denver, same as a lot of these teams, good one week, bad the next week. My teaser, also have the Vikings +3. Like you, same thing. Don't see Detroit winning. I have the Eagles +3.5. Every time the Jets win, they look like shit the next week. It's happened every single time. Mm-hmm. And for my third pick, I literally wrote down 5 different things.
Wow.
You picked one of them as one of your actual picks. So I do have the Niners +6.5 written down.
Oh.
I have the Jaguars +22.5 written down.
No.
I have the Chargers +13 written down. I have Chargers Bengals over 40.5 written down.
No overs. We're done with
But
that.
I think I'm going to finish it off the way I started it off. I'm going to go University of Georgia +3.5 to finish off my teaser with Eagles +3.5 and Vikings +3. You get to start it on Saturday. Just if you don't have the ability to tease it this way, just buy the points and make it happen. If you can't, I guess I'll default to Mike's Niners +6.5. But if you do FanDuel, Caesars, anything, you'll be able to get Georgia at +3.5.
Listen,
luckily, at Seminole, you can tease college and NFL together. One of the few positives that Seminole has. But yeah, I'm going to go Vikings +3, Eagles +3.5, Georgia Bulldogs against Bama +3.5. They've been the best team in college football all year. And it's championship weekend. So NFL, I've been struggling a little bit, not on the podcast, but myself this Sunday. Well, let's leave that for a different day. Bulldogs +3.5.
That leads to a great question that I have for you. I love the pick. That's great that you could throw that in there. But that leads to an important question that I have for you. Do you think most of our listeners are listening in from Florida or from Jersey?
I don't know. They're from Jersey. They have access to FanDuel. Get the point.
And they can create this parlay themselves.
That's it.
That's great. I like it. I like it a lot, dude. I really do.
I like Georgia. You know, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I could do Niners plus 6.5. I like it. The same way you do. I think the Niners pull it out. But then, like, what if we get some, like, weird, like, the way it's been all year? The Niners are so hot. They're definitely going to win. And suddenly you get, like, a Russell Wilson revenge game. Sierra finally really tells him, hey, I'm going to fuck Future on Monday if you don't win this game. So Russell Wilson says, I don't want Future to fuck my wife because I've seen all the memes. I know what's going to happen. So instead of that happening, he comes out. Mr. Unlimited has like a few touchdowns. And
Sierra tells him, listen, you lose one more game. The amount of times that I fuck Future is unlimited.
Wow.
Dude, I watched the Unlimited video today like 17 times just to laugh, dude. Just to fucking laugh.
It's weird because Russell Wilson's such a he seems like a strange dude a little bit. Yeah. But that video just feels so corny and so strange. And like, I don't even know how Sierra approved it. Like, I don't know how that
is. That her voice in the background? Like, Russell, who do you look up to? Unlimited.
Yeah,
that doesn't answer the question, sir. Secondly, is that Sierra in the background asking those fucking questions? Hey, Russell, what are your goals in life? Unlimited. Again, that's not
no. It means he has that makes sense. That means he has unlimited goals.
What are your goals in life? Unlimited. That's I don't know. That's not.
I guess you're right. It's like you have an infinite amount of goals because that seems kind of difficult to do. But listen, I'm gonna wrap up the picks part and then we can go on a weird tangent. Great job. Hopefully we can continue 2-1 last week. You were a Phantom 3-0 on Sunday that never came out. What were you on your actual
4-0? 4-0.
3 and I don't count the game of the week as like your key pick. So I'm saying with 3 key picks. What did you go on Thanksgiving? Was it 1 and 2?
1 and 2, yeah.
So you lost
DeAndre Swift, and I took Zeke and
and Cowboys money line.
Cowboys money line, yeah.
And what was your third?
Zeke hit.
What was your third? Was it Diggs touchdown or something?
No, Bills spread. Bills minus 6.5.
Hit nice and smooth. They fucking rocked them. So at least you hit something, but then you rallied on Sunday, and you're gonna take that rally into this Sunday and get I'm
taking that rally into this Sunday, and ladies and gentlemen, I also hit a nice 3-leg touchdown parlay. Damian Harris, Austin Eckler, Adam Thielen. Roger will go into his picks while I literally look at the schedule and cook up a touchdown parlay for you all to just think about over the weekend. But go on, Roger.
No, it's what picks? Did I go over my picks already?
Oh, I thought we were.
Actually, no, you're right. I don't think. Let me edit this in. My picks for the weekend are Ravens -4 against the Steelers, Colts -6.5 against the Texans with Rams money line against the Jags, and I have the Washington football team plus 3.5 or 4.5. I'll stick to 4.5 for now, so I get that extra wiggle room with the Michigan Wolverines money line playing to be in the college football playoff. My teaser, Vikings +3, Eagles plus 3.5, Georgia Bulldogs college football plus 3.5, taking on Alabama, getting a little creative this week. So enjoy the show. We'll hope you enjoy the games, and we're going to keep going. But I'm saying picks part is now done. So enjoy the picks. We love you. You're great. Don't bet money you don't have. Unless you feel really good about it.
Right.
Then maybe it's okay.
That's good life advice, Raj.
Sanity ain't going my pace today. I can't even recall being these ways. To be honest, moving forward's all I'm